And leads the Guineas field down the side, 3/4 Piero, road tripping, going up to try and put some pressure on. Carrying Bush Jack waits behind them. Now Epaulet goes through and is starting his run to chase them down, and All Too Hard's putting in a run. Ashakan in front around the home turn, a half Piero. Epaulet niggled third, All Too Hard's coming on. Into the straight now, Ashakan headed by Piero. And Piero dashed away now by 2 lengths. On running on, All Too Hard down the outside, and Epaulet boxing on. They're below the 200, and Piero, Rawilla had to pull the whip. All Too Hard's a length and a half away. Piero in front. All Too Hard's got his chance. He's coming with momentum. Piero has to fight. All Too Hard's grabbed him, and All Too Hard has won it. All Too Hard by a half a length. Piero, a length and a half away. Third, Epaulet, and a long break. Awesome Bro fourth. Another long break. Road trip and Let Go Lenny, carrying Bush Jack, and Ashakan in a bunch at the tail.
Well, another thrilling.
All Too Hard winning the 2012 Caulfield Guineas. I guess an epic clash there of two great colts, 2 star colts, and a star-making race at Caulfield Guineas, which we're going to talk about shortly. The likes of Testarossa, and it was a great clash there. Testarossa and I can't believe I've just forgotten the race. The Sire. It's a good start, everyone. I know my racing. Redute's Choice.
Redute's Choice.
Over the years, and some other great races along the timeline. And this week is no exception. Some great Group 1 racing, the boys and girl 3-year-olds. We see Russian Camelot step back out, Beaver.
Yeah, beautiful.
And the Spring Champion Stakes, a quick backup for Montefillia. So we'll talk about how she goes as well.
Yes.
How was last weekend?
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
We did all right, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was good.
Another successful
I know
weekend.
my bank account looks all right. I'm pretty sure we did all right there.
Yeah, that's right, we did.
So that was good. Just your thoughts, and I'll ask your thoughts heading to the Everest. Now, what do you make of Nature Strip, Libertini, and...
Blew in the market again. Didn't really want to be on, and ran like he didn't want to be on. Yeah. I don't know
what's the start?
It. It's gone.
20s next week? 20s in the Everest?
Have to,
Does it make it to the Everest?
Even if it runs, you couldn't back it. You just couldn't back it, whatever price.
And so I've been spruiking. I've been saying it for 6 weeks about why aren't these slot owners looking for 4-year-olds and 3-year-olds, and what came out and won, a 4-year-old beat both the 2 favourites.
Yes.
So, and since had a run, Libertini, she went really well, but do I really want to back her in the Everest either? Probably not.
Nah, it's small fields, and probably Classic Legend was a great run in that race, because they've had to drag everything into it.
It's been slaughtered twice now by Karen, run first up, and now he's going off that run. Hopefully draws a barrier and gets a run there. I'm still keen Behemoth. I think Behemoth and
me too.
who knows what's going to fun, and there's funny buggers going to fun now, but I'm looking away from all those sprinters.
Yeah, I think Behemoth is certainly looks to be one of the hardest to beat in the race, that's for sure.
Yeah. Much else to take away out of the weekend? It was too long ago to remember.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
We saw Mirage Dancer won the Metrop. Probabile, we both
Probile, what a
Probile,
run.
Tremendous.
I was on Probile, and 3 wide, I was just like, this has to stop at some stage, and it just pinged at the top and just kept going. I was very, very impressed with the win, and Passan.
The Beaver found him at $12.
I mapped that race to perfection, which was good to see. I just thought, but I'll tell you what, Passan was still going strong on the line. I think he's a sneaky cup chance.
It's been up a long time, and I'd like to see his nationals, but the formula now, and we've got to talk about that, but we're going to probably have a busy Melbourne Cup week. We've got plenty to do that week.
Yep.
But 4-year-olds, Melbourne Cup is the formula now.
Yeah, and look, I think if Passan must draw a barrier. If it's drawn wide, I don't think it can win. But if it can draw near the inside and sit just off the pace, mate, somewhere in that straight, he's going to hit the lead.
Yeah, well,
what's it? 200.
It probably has one more run now and goes 2 weeks running a week.
If you look back on the line, they still had a decent hold on that. I mean, a couple of those other horses, I'm not so sure about some of the form in the race.
I think if Ingold Health runs at 20s, I would be confident finishing in the finish there. And unfortunately, we're going to take $8 about it tomorrow, but... everything's tied together in Melbourne. I'm now looking for, and I think Passan's, it probably starts, can't say it starts $12 in the Melbourne Cup because he's national coming, but it's worth a ticket.
20s, but if it can draw, it'll be better than 20s, but if it can draw a gate, I think it's just one of those horses because it just doesn't have a booming finish, and but it's got plenty of ticker.
Yeah, honest, a little battle. I've sort of fallen in love with him as well.
Oliver butchered the thing in the last, which absolutely I was filthy about. Young Werther, my best bet of the day.
Yeah.
He cooked me there. Surprise Baby was absolutely butchered as well. That was an ordinary.
So I want to ask, because I know you're a Surprise Baby fan. It's now going next up Melbourne Cup. You happy about that?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really. Bit surprised to see that. But its run last start was not that bad. It got shuffled back. Couldn't get a run, and then it was just the race was over before it could start winding up.
I think we've spoken this before, but I think they've left enough money on it. Like, they've left a lot of money on Surprise Baby.
Yeah.
Trying to go Melbourne Cup all out this year, and I think it starts 20s as well. I think it starts same price as Percent end of the day.
Yeah, and I'll have a piece for just because I always back.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I've got to be.
And because it is absolute grand final for its career, I suppose.
Yep.
But it could have come to Sydney and won a Sydney Cup. It could have picked up a lot of money along the way, and they've kept it fresh. 4 weeks into a Melbourne Cups, or 5 weeks into Melbourne Cups, concerning to me.
There was another horse earlier in the day that Oliver did the same thing, and gave it no chance and got it back to last.
Miss Guggenheim.
Yeah, same thing. Gave it absolute no chance. That was a good run.
Yeah,
I'd follow that up as well.
Yeah, so I guess she's heading towards an Oaks, so potentially.
Keep me on.
Yeah, I guess that's the takeaway. I guess the Sydney Carnival's coming to a close this week, essentially, with the Sydney Spring Champion. So all eyes Melbourne. The Sydney horses are heading to Melbourne. It's always a recipe for success. I can't wait because they're going to smash a lot of the average Melbourne stuff down there. So looking forward to getting some feedback on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube about us bagging Melbourne horses in a few weeks. But if you haven't already, subscribe to us there, Spotify, YouTube and iTunes, and jump on Pro Group Racing, where you'll be watching this now, and check out their news. Just having a look through now. Oliver's obviously excited about his Moonga ride in the weekend, and they're quite key. And old Glenn Phoenix out of the Guineas. I think he's had a throat operation and is out for the spring, which is sad because he would have been an interesting aspect to discuss in a Cox Plate, and would have been one of the horses to beat this weekend. But shall we look forward to this weekend?
Let's get into it.
We'll start at Randwick, where we traditionally do. The rail is in the 4 metre mark. There was supposed to be a thunderstorm tonight, but hasn't hit.
Beautiful.
I think it's enough. The track played fast last week. It was a firm track last week. They don't like putting up good, but it was fast or firm, whatever the current thing is. I think any rain is just going to help it. I think it's going to play slightly on pace. The rail in the 4 metre mark could potentially be an on-pace track, but it's played end of the day fast track racing. The best horses get their chances, and if they're good enough, they tend to win. You having a look at the highway, or are you going to skip straight to race 2?
I'm off the highway, mate. I'm straight down the highway and into race 2.
Perfect, because I didn't even make a note about it, so not past that. Let's kick off in race 2, though, with the Roman Consul Stakes, the clash of Doubtland and Wild Ruler. And how are you approaching this one?
Yeah, interesting little affair here. 2 pretty good horses. Montefillia, not quite sure if it'll run in Sydney or Melbourne. Have you got any mail there?
No, I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, so look, it could well be a bit of a match race here. I'm just leaning towards Wild Ruler at the moment. I liked what I saw first up. I think it'll be improved by that run, and I think Wild Ruler is the way to go.
I'm going to go against you. I'm going to go with Doubtland. I'm concerned if Wild Ruler gets a soft lead. I'm thinking probably Asami leads, Wild Ruler sits outside lead, Doubtland sits leaders back potentially. I only saw the Racing New South Wales maps came out this hour. I haven't seen them yet. Actually, I'll try and pick them up as we go through. They tend to be the gospel now because they ride to those maps. But I sort of had Doubtland sitting, leaders back behind Wild Ruler and Asami and just having last shot. My concern is Doubtland's a wet tracker, and if Wild Ruler gets a soft on pace, it's obviously the horse to beat. I know I'm not saying much there, talking about $2.50 shots, but I'm just going to Doubtland. I really liked its last run. I thought it had to make a run, a duck and weave run from a long way out, and finished really well, really nice times. Scared of dry track, scared of J-Mac on a leader, potentially having no pressure. Let's head into race 3 then. So we'll go against each other there, but I guess you can't really.
One of us will get it, though.
One of us will get it. There's a toss of the coin, I suppose, for some of us. But
follow the Beaver, folks.
Well, yeah, I found him. He was missing on Tuesday. I did find him this week, so he's back on board. Race 3 is the benchmark 8 out of the 1,400 metres, which sees it's actually an interesting little race here. Have you got an opinion?
Yeah, I do. I'm a big fan of Criaderas.
Should have won last start.
Yeah,
I know that.
Took me money last start, so again, it's not flash odds, but if you saw its run last start, be understandable. Rachel King's on this time rather than whoever butchered it last start.
Hugh,
that's right.
Hugh down in Melbourne.
I'm hoping Rachel can just get this a little bit closer to the speed and prove too strong in the run home. Big fan of this horse, and this is a pretty weak affair, so I'll be loading up.
No, I absolutely know where you're coming from. I'm going to tip Batiga, though. I loved its first up return. I'm concerned about the map. I just don't want Criaderas to be last again and flashing home for second. And I think I would want better than $2.30 to back Criaderas, but I won't be losing if it wins. But Batiga's return was tremendous. Ran the fastest last 400 of the meeting 2 weeks back. Slightly concerned it stayed at 1,400 metres. Probably would have liked it in a mile. Should have won last week. Should have won 2 weeks back. Got into bumping duel. Just popped out last minute and really chased home prime candidate. I like the $5. I don't think it can miss a place in this race.
Nah.
Essentially,
its form last prep was pretty good. My biggest concern is it's got to give the other horse 7 kilos.
Yeah,
and that's a big weight pull.
Yeah,
7. You were talking about 7 lengths there start, and I'm not sure that
the counter to that is I think Nash has got 5 lengths on Rachel King, so you can do the maths at the back end, but. Yeah. Rachel King's riding well, and this suits her. She'll get into clear air.
Yeah, that's right.
She'll push through. She'll probably be sitting last, but all you can do is take off top of the Randwick straight, and it's got the best turn of foot, I think.
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's get into the third then, which is the benchmark 78 2,000 metre race here. A few old numbers going around and around against each other for the 4th time in a row. And I'll go first here. The Quinella from the race a month back will run the Quinella again. Quintessa and Badouche. I like that Badouche. I'm concerned about the month off for Quintessa, but the trial wasn't. She has trialled in between. Badouche comes here off the dominant Kenzo win. I didn't get the drift that day. Got out to $4 at the Kenzo meeting. Flying here sits probably Quintessa's back or just it's gate 14, but should get. There's enough pace here with Rapido Chaparro. It should find a spot, or it can potentially sit outside lead itself. And there's a lot of horses making up the numbers, so I want to take on Arcana, and I'll be backing both Badouche and Quintessa each way around the $7 mark. How are you playing the race?
Yeah, it's a tricky one there. So there's a few horses here that I've actually been following last few starts. She's Ideal. I've been on first 3 runs this prep, and I'm ready to throw it in the bin, which makes me really nervous. Because just doing that makes me nervous. Badouche I have been following and have been collecting. It is a horse that I do like. I am concerned by the 14 barrier and 60 kilos. And purely for that reason, I've gone to the horse that I did back last start, and that's Arcana. Still think this is a horse on the way up. Certainly, I think the further they go, the more it'll like it. It's drawn well. J-Mac hopefully will get this just one off the fence, probably 3 back. And then if it can run a strong 2,000, it's going to take some holding out.
I'm not convinced it's a horse yet. Still midweek wins.
Yeah.
That's my concern. The other 2 got Saturday for credentials.
Yeah, Badouche was 2 starts back was midweek as well. Yeah. And some of these others are not.
The rest are here for Vegas Jewel was really good behind Antante a couple of weeks back, but beyond that, there's a lot of numbers.
Well, it is a little bit hard to get a line on. Waller's got
and it is a Waller load up. So
yeah, five horses in it.
Yeah, the one I'm against is She's Ideal in the market. I think the 3 we've discussed are probably the smarter plays there, for my mind. I might get to put your microphone up a little bit for me, Beaver, there.
Again.
As we keep going. It's like sitting next to Bay. He does it every week as well. The Group 2 Stan Fox over the 1,500 metres. is race 5. Disappointing Group 2. You right?
Yeah, sneezing.
Oh, sorry. Sort of fly went up your nose or something. It's the clash of Peltzer and Mama Reagan's come out to go down south. So Peltzer, Prime Star, I guess, are the starting points in the market. What do you reckon here?
I didn't really like the race, to be totally honest. Look, D-Day for Peltzer.
I think so.
Absolute D-Day for Peltzer. Look, if I was having a play round outside of Peltzer, Acrophobic is a horse that I think's got some ability around the $9 mark. I'm happy to have a little bit of a play around on that, but yeah, I'll be keen to see how Peltzer runs.
I've actually Peltzer was $350 this over. It's now $250. I think the booking of Tim Clark is an indication they're going to lead, and I think if it leads, it wins because there's no chasers here. But in a small field, Acrophobic's got probably the best finish. So if there's a knockout, it's $9. It's not exactly a knockout here, but Prime Star I think is a wet tracker. The rest don't interest me at all. So it's Peltzer's race to lose. I think it probably starts at $1.90.
Yeah.
I
couldn't take $1.90.
No, I probably need. I just think what
1,500. It's never run at 1,500. It's it doesn't look to be in the same form that it was in last prep.
But it's coming out of A grade. That was a hot Rothfire race.
Yeah.
Hot times. This is going to be a walk in the park if it can get the lead, and there'll be no pressure here. If it's ever going to run 15, it's here. Slightly think it's a wet tracker, like I said. But I think if it doesn't win this, then I don't know what's left for Pelt. Like it's just another. It's just another goes horse. Back into the Saturday grade, and we don't need to worry about it in these sort of races anymore. Let's head into the quaddy legs. Interesting race is Silver Eagle, $500,000 for the 4-year-olds. So the whole idea of this race was to keep, I guess, these horses in the good colts in training for next year, but they've cut a bit of the funding and that sort of thing. Disappointing field, or?
I think so. It's not the strongest field. I see our horse How Womanix come up from Melbourne.
Has that come out of the Melbourne race?
I don't know yet. I think it might be still in that as well.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we were told these things.
Interestingly, they've taken Criaderas out of this to run in the third, which is a pretty good leg up.
Criaderas, I would have backed Criaderas at $12 in this race.
Yeah, would have been.
I really could have.
Assuming if the pace is on.
I don't know what it would have been, but you would have got double easy, or if you got Alligator Blood taking up more than 50% of the market, I would have easily backed Criaderas against this lot.
Yeah. Having said that, I did still like the first up run of Alligator Blood. I know you're not a big fan. Now there's...
I'm done with it.
Yeah. The speculation around it. So
yeah, we'll leave the alleged speculation.
But yeah, I still think it's a horse with ability. This isn't an overly strong field. I did like the win of Subpoenaed last start. It was very impressive. I think it's the main danger in this race. But Alligator Blood for me, but Subpoenaed's certainly the knockout horse.
I'm with Dawn Passage. I think it leads this race. I think How Romantic probably rides shotgun for it. And Ice Pass not a chaser. There's only one chaser now. If Alligator Blood's good enough, it's best wins. If it's not, there's only one leader, and I think Dawn Passage wins. So I'll be backing Dawn Passage. Trials are both fine. First one was ridden out a bit. Second one was a nice trial. No issue for me there. Dry's good. Potential on rails, good. Tick, tick, tick. And we will find out for where Alligator... I think Alligator Blood's been aimed solely at this race, though. So grand final for it. But I got a feeling it's gone, and I think Dawn Passage is a good bet.
Good race to watch.
Probably no surprise for you that I was going to say that. So.
No.
Now, talking of good races, the Group 1 Spring Champion Stakes. We see Cherry Tortoni coming up from Melbourne. We see Montefillia on the backup. A couple of Melbourne... who we got here? Yeah, the young team set up a horse. We've got interesting clash of form lines. I'll kick off this one. Montefillia is nearly a moral here. I liked its win last week. That was a fast run. The times and sectional stacked up out of that mile race. I like the fact he's backed it up. And I think Gate 1 goes to sleep 3 back, and it gets luck here, it wins. because I'm saying the Love Tap race, there's no form out of that. I'm saying behind Love Tap's awful. And then the other one is how you line Cherry Tortoni up. And have you got a thought on that?
Yeah, look, I think you're right. I think Montefillia is certainly the horse to beat here. Its last run was fantastic. Actually, all runs this preparation have been pretty good. It looks like a horse that will enjoy the 2,000 metres. Cherry Tortoni is crying out for this distance.
Yeah. And he was good as well last week, so I think he's
very good. The changing direction. You don't know. You just don't know. So hopefully he can get on the correct leg for the Sydney way of going. But it's going to need to be pretty good to beat Montefillia. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to these two horses fighting it out down the straight. I think Cherry Tortoni will probably be in front of Montefillia.
Potentially, Gate One's but Collett tends to not basel anything. He'll jump and sit. I think Gate One and him. Yeah. The concern will be he might be 3 or 4 back.
Yeah. But there'll be probably a few of these maybe stopping and...
there'll be...
He'll find a run.
Just need to run. I'm fine. In Collett Gate 1, he's got no fear from there either. He'll take any gap he needs to get through.
Yep.
Particularly in Group 1.
Yeah, good race. So slight leaning for me towards Montefillia, but happy to leave Love Tap out and play Cherry Tortoni.
Yep. No, excellent. The Group 3 mile for the 4-year-old mares is the Angst Stakes, which is race 8. A less than inspiring field, maybe, or a complicated one?
Complicated.
Yeah.
Really complicated field. Really found it hard to line any of these up.
Did you be raising your bat here and for the keeper?
Or? Was thinking that if I had to have a bet, Asagio.
Okay, yeah. Right.
From the Cummings stable.
Yeah, no luck at Newcastle.
Had no luck at Newcastle. First up win wasn't bad. Certainly at $9 in a pretty open field, I thought it was worth a bit of a play.
No, I'm not going to knock any tip here. Thoughts on the favourite? Well, I know it's $6 a field. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I know it's J-Mac, and it was quite impressive once it got clear at Newcastle, but I'm sort of taking the opinion that whole Newcastle race was no good. So if they're all tied together, I don't really want to touch it. That said, what is it now? $5?
$5.50.
So the ones I'm going to look towards are Shout the Bar, very good last start in the subpoenaed race. Sat outside lead the whole way and still hung on for 5th and was brave, only about a half length off subpoenaed, and beat home Hawkbury on her. And at $10, I think, is a nice each way bet. And I think Emerald's is flying at the moment. And they're the two, I think around $9. They're the two I'll probably play each way. The rest, Rocket Clock was awful first up. And then if I'm going to take the opinion that everything else from Newcastle I don't want to touch, Graceful Glamour was pretty ordinary. I do like Nash on now for Graceful Glamour. But probably goes in my quaddy, but not a bet for me.
Yeah, so
I will just Nash and Shout the Bar probably control the race and could potentially kick away and lead there. But there should be enough pace where someone can run on. So I don't. Tough race for me. I'm going to final thoughts. Shout the Bar's a nice price, and Emeralds will run a place, I think. And we'll finish the day in the 1,000 metre sprint. Benchmark 78, another tough race.
Yeah.
So no spoil for the Randwick Caulfield in charge of the day Beaver, but what do you think here?
Good race, tough race, plenty of chances. You wouldn't want to be chasing too much at the end of the day here.
No, this is if I'm flying, I'm having a bet. If not, I'm not.
Yeah, pull stumps.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Plaquette. Thought its first up win was fairly good. Again, drawn well. $6 mark is nice enough odds. I think Mr. Mosaic is certainly a chance. It'll make sure there's pace in the race. And Superium, well, last prep, look, it was hard to get excited by its form last preparation.
No, all wet tracks, not a wet tracker.
Yeah.
Started 4 starts on 4 heavies, and you forget that.
Yeah, so I'm willing to forget that first up. if there's certainly a knockout horse, Superium is that. I'd probably be playing Plaquette with a good saver on Superium.
Can you read my notes for me?
Plaquette $6 impresses first up, trial since. Superium away from the wet tracks.
Good judge, Beaver.
Right.
We should do a podcast.
Yeah. Should talk about this on video or something.
Yeah, I know. So I agree. You can't add much more there. I think Plaquette was tremendous first up. I want to see track pattern. And what price Prairie Fire? I know I have a computer in front of me. I always forget to look at it.
21s.
Could throw something on that. The rest, but Superior. I'm with you though. Plaquette's top pick for me. Race 8, number 11, and Superior will be my second pick there. I think they're the two. Hulk's a midweek horse. Hello, tremendous last week. But Prairie Fire's got some runs. The Kenzo run behind Space Boy, and then a couple of runs after that could win this race. Gate 1, Josh Parr, not sure about that. But so they're the two for me. Tremendous days racing at Randwick. Track pattern may play a part in some of those selections.
Yep.
Final thoughts. You got a best. Oh, you're in charge of quaddie. Let's do that.
Want me to do my quaddie?
Yeah.
Okay, mate. You ready?
Go for it. I haven't written anything down, so go for it. Yep.
Cool. My first leg is 1 and 7.
Okay. Yep.
I'm leaving out your tip.
Taking on Dawn.
Yep. My next leg is 1 and 13. In the third leg, I've gone 1, 2, 3, 9, and 10.
Yep.
And in the final leg, I've gone 1, 4, 6, and 11.
Cool. Nice skinny one now. It's at 420, 80 combos.
80 combos, mate.
Good.
For about just over
$50 close to 60%.
65%.
Very good. Give us your best and roughie.
Yeah, my best bet of the day comes up in race 3, and that's none other than Criaderas, number 9. And my value bet of the day comes up in the last race, number 11, Plaquette.
I'm going to make Montefillia my best, around the 350 mark in the Spring Champion, and I'll make Badouche the value. It's been good to me, so I'll stick solid there, around the $8 mark in the 2,000 metre race. Let's head down to the 10 race card at Caulfield. Caulfield Guineas Day, I think for Melbourneites, it's the biggest race day of the year, apart from obviously Cup Week. So hot race day, 10 races. Caulfield's a bit of rain today.
Yeah.
Treated as soft. Caulfield does drain well, but concern about the wet all the way through. I haven't massively factored wet track is in for the way I've looked at it, because it 10 plays okay. What about you?
Same deal. I didn't. I haven't yet, because I wasn't concerned that the track was wet enough.
Yeah.
So
and it's only the next 2 days.
Trackers only to be proven wrong.
Only a couple of mils the next couple of days. Hopefully not too bad. Now the fence was off last time.
Yes.
Back to the true. I'm thinking inside 6 metres probably the place to be.
Yeah.
Because that middle patch obviously was off, so you're either going to be wide or I think inside it's going to play slightly inside. We'll know pretty early.
Yep.
But you treat Caulfield like Caulfield in my mind, so I don't think it's changed how I've approached the day too much. So.
Yeah. I'll probably go, you're looking for, as you say, probably a little bit inside the start.
Yeah, so I'm guessing we're skipping the first again.
Yeah.
And we'll kick
right
off.
For me.
Yeah, no, leave me out as well. But very good clash in a Thoroughbred Club Stakes, a Group 3 over the 1,200 metres. And I'll go first here. Swatsap should win this race, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
I liked its first up run. I think it just got sort of half pantsed by September run first up. Just didn't see it cut through. That form's obviously stood up tremendously, and then was dominant. Moonee Valley should sit just about where it wants here, and should be one of the better bets of the day here.
I think
nice
so
price.
too. As John Allen can do what he needs to do.
Small field shouldn't be too much trouble.
Yeah.
The only one I'll mention outside that is Bell Nipotinus at 3 wide outside Pippi at Moonee Valley, and that was tough, and obviously dropped out, but was entitled to. Anything to add?
No, that's it for me.
Cool. Race 3, another sort of interesting start to the day with the Weekend Hustler. 1,400 metres now. What do you reckon here?
Look, I was a bit question mark over Windstorm 2 starts back when it ran second.
Yeah.
Maybe I was speaking through my kick because I had a bit of a go at it. Last start I hopped off and proved me wrong.
Burnt, yeah.
Ran over the top of Buffalo River, which is no mean feat. Given that, pretty hard to go past in this field here.
Yeah.
It looks.
I think we saw the real Windstorm last week.
Yeah. So I think it's probably looks to be another pretty good bet. You know, these what's that, and this looks a fairly good start to the day. The only other horse that I've got a bit of a liking for is Face Toss, but it's sometimes can be a bit of an enigma. It'll probably get back out of its ground.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure it can give Windstorm a start and a beating.
No, I agree. I think Windstorm is a group horse in a benchmark race, essentially, at its best. Any Rain's actually a plus. I think it's a wet tracker too. I think there's no issues. Yeah. 4 and 1 from the soft. It's a double tick for the wet.
Yep.
And should win this. And even money is what it will be, and probably a fair enough price. Into the 4th, the fillies race. The Plume Stakes for the 4-year-old mares is a Group 3 as well. All group racing here. Wide open field. We see the dominant Felicia come back. Return of Keelong, who I'm going to actually go with. I liked Keelong's trial. I like it as a horse. First up, last prep on the soft, it ran half a length off Probable and Fun Star. So that form's not too bad for a race like this. I like Luke Curry knows the horse. And I think $6 at each way bet. I think this run a place. Each way bet is a good bet here. And the outside that, Felicia, the dominant last start track and distance winner, is the next pick for me. Fiesta was really good, actually. Fiesta, $9.50 was good.
$11.
Yeah, it was a good. You get $11 there. That's a good bet.
Yep.
So, but I'll be backing. My best result will be Keelong or Zeelong from Fiesta and Felicia. What about you?
Liar. I
How dare you?
I knew you would say that. It was a good run first start, and it had a bit of a few excuses last start. It did get just when it looked like it was going to come into the race, it had to clip off heels and pretty much had to get going again. I think it can get a better run in this race, and it's third up, so I think it's ready for this race. Probably the race they were hoping to win with it.
Jamie Carr's a good booking here.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it. Again, the only thing that concerns me a bit with Liar is it whether it's a winner.
That's why as you know, I think I've tipped it every time at the run since we've been doing this show, and I've just had enough. I'm not going to knock it. I've just had a gut full of it, so I'm going away.
Outside of the Felicia, I get a bit worried. Some of these are sort of in the same bucket. Exhilarates, Fiesta. Some of those horses could be similar. Felicia was very good last start, but I don't know it'll get as good it's mapped to get as good a run as it did last start. Drawn a bit wider off the track. There's a little bit of pace here. How Romantic will probably go forward if it runs in Melbourne.
That's what I was going to ask you about. Obviously, we've had a bit of luck with it. Where does it? Is this? I think too far up and greater. There's a good chance here.
I think it's a good chance, particularly if it's playing, if the track is playing inside and on pace. Because if it comes across and leads, we know it can fight pretty hard, and it's got ability. So I think it's certainly. I'd be a little bit worried about it if the first few races show that kind of play.
Yeah, probably. It's another one. It'll go in early quarter. I probably won't back it here, but you know what you're going to get. And particularly rails suddenly are on. I think it and Keelong probably control the race more or less. Felicia on their back.
100%.
The Scalacci 1100 metre Group 2, tremendous little race actually.
Oh, it would have been good if Alpha Oro was still in.
Is it out?
Yeah, it's out.
Huh.
Scratched.
I was going to tip against anyway.
Scratched,
but it would have been good too.
Scratched about 3 hours ago.
Right. Okay.
Is disappointing.
Is that ruined you what you're going to talk about?
No, it hasn't. I would have tipped it because I think it's an outstanding horse, and I would have liked to see this race with Alpha Oro in it.
You would have learned a lot about it, wouldn't you?
Yep.
Just seeing the revised prices. In that case, you still get $4 as dirty work. It's a great bet. I don't like Willie Pike on it, but I think it's a elite level 1100 metre horse chasing home. We just bagged the form earlier, but I'm not bagging this horse. I think it nearly should have beaten G-Char and Nature Strip first up. Didn't have a lot of work. It had to bump and get out in the second up run. I think coming down to Melbourne, it's got the Melbourne sprinters covered. They're going to back Jungle Edge if it rains. The other one on the back is Splintex. Sat outside lead first up. You're still getting 20s without Alpha Oro here. It now gets a softer lead. I'm guessing outside Hey Doc, and probably sits just right on Jungle Edge's and Hey Doc's back because it's gate 1, and only $7 Jungle Edge is 20. And I think it's going to run really well here. And Caulfield will suit it. Bowman knows the horse. Hugh Bowman will go down and have a lap on most of these Melbourne jockeys as well. And 2 good each way bets there. Have you played it?
I've gone for Diamond Effort. I think Diamond Effort is a class horse. Its first up win was super. It should have lost no admirers from its Mini Valley run. It was very, very good.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty. It sat a bit wide, but still fought very well to the line. It's going to be super hard to beat. It just loves Caulfield.
Doesn't lose anything with Mark Zara on either.
It's got Mark Zara on board. So I like Diamond Effort. I think there's a couple of knockouts here. I do think if they are coming wide and down the middle, Octane, we know, has got a really strong finish. So I think it's a knockout chance. And William Thomas at $16, I think it's certainly an each-way play. I think its first up run was pretty good. I think it'll be a bit fitter here. And again, it's got some decent form at Caulfield.
You know the gap. Why is Order of Command so short? It was all I thought it was its race last start, and it's not going to beat any of the horses we just talked about home.
I wouldn't have thought so.
Hey Doc will beat it home too. So
Order of Command prefers down the straight, right?
Yeah, but even then it was disappointing. But I thought it should have won that race. Where were we? Behind Corsicrate, and it just sort of battled.
Does have good second up form.
Oh yeah, leave me out. Oh, so I like the Sydney form better here.
Track and it's 1-3. No, track. It's 1-2 out of 5 here.
Yeah.
It's not without a chance.
And Hey Doc's probably a little bit of a shadow of its former self, but you forgive that against Pippi. It's coming out of the hot Pippi race where she scorched the turf and may get control. Race 6, the Group 1 Caulfield Stakes, is another Russian Camelot tribute race here, or?
Yeah, not much to talk about really, is there?
No, nothing to turn the turntable on, is it?
No. Just how far?
Yeah. Do you want to back it for a Cox Plate yet? Or you going to wait and see?
It's looking pretty hard to beat.
Internationals?
Yeah, it's just hard to line up against the internationals yet. Aidan O'Brien's in a bit of trouble.
No Glenn Fizzy? What's happening?
Yeah, I think that was a bit of...
I saw something one of his horses got I think got taken out of Caulfield Cup already.
Yeah.
I'll have to, I don't follow that closely enough. Because who are the Sydney challengers? Very Elegant, I suppose. Maybe back.
Very Elegant,
especially if it rains. Yeah, not much else, really.
Would a Probabeel try and run a Cox
Yes.
Plate?
Would you back Probabeel? Probably. I'd back Probabeel $8.
Be a chance.
Yeah. $8 I'd probably back Probabeel. There's nothing else around, is there?
No. What are the other Sydney?
Glenn Fiddick would have, unless one of the 3-year-olds goes there.
I don't know.
Would Hawks take
the field? Well, while you're talking,
yeah,
I'll have a squeeze.
You go to the all-in market. Actually, that's a good idea. Okay. And I'll take us to race 7, which is the Schweppes 1,000 Guineas, as Beaver is looking up the Cox Plate all-in market and seeing if we might be able to find a future for everyone there. What do we got?
Russian Camelot 280, skinny.
You get 280 on a day.
Probabeel's 13.
Yeah.
The Australian horses. Oh, Colding. Colding's going well.
Colding.
$15.
From what I
Fierce
understand,
Impact, $21.
Colding was tremendous on the weekend.
Yes,
that was outstanding, and the times obviously fast track. The time stood up too.
Yeah,
that is potentially sneaky.
That was the other run I wanted to talk about. Fierce Impact.
Yeah,
that was a shocking ride.
Yeah, given none.
Given nothing. I thought it'd be.
I think closed off the best, as close to one of the best finishes of the day.
Would have had to be. It was just so far out of its ground.
Melbourne, obviously, we know it's good in Melbourne, and
it's legacy.
Obviously, know, good in Melbourne and wet tracksuits Fierce Impact too. So any rain is very good in that market. Is going Caulfield Cup.
$26. So I'd say that's a no.
I'd say Caulfield Cup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love tap. $26.
Good luck.
Yeah.
That'll be 51 after Montefillia beats it this week.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Couldn't possibly take 280 now. I don't bet. Do you bet a lot of futures?
I sometimes do. I sometimes like to take some doubles.
Yeah.
Into the cup. So if I get
nice just to have like a.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got a couple of grand riding on it.
Yeah, you can throw something in and you get some good odds.
Yep.
Very elegant $7 into the cup. What do you think of Mugger 2? Like Mugger 2, $15?
No, good. It was good. I just think a better ride. Nash just got up the inside, and Nash sort of had it in his sights for that last. You could see in that last 200, it had it. Great run, good ride, no knock at all. If it goes down in weight,
I don't know if it's just got it's just.
I think it's probably. I've got a feeling it's 2,000 metre horse.
I don't know if it's up to that class.
So you're saying every other Met Shop no good?
Yeah. Yep.
Anything we might do? Actually, we will do some homework for next week. We might look at our feature markets.
I'm not sure when it's won its races that it's been against top
now. Well, what did we say? What did I say last week?
It should have put that field away.
What did I say? And you can draw a line for Mirage Dancer back in Melbourne. I sort of said that Newcastle Cup was a bit ick, and
it was.
And I suppose I wasn't beaten far, but I suppose you're right. And
I mean, it had a perfect run.
Okay.
Just it pings a little bit. I just don't know. It has a sustained sprint to when the pressure's on in a Caulfield Cup.
I half think it's a fresh miler.
Yeah.
Like a brilliant. Probably should have run the Epsom. To be honest.
Bit like a.
Yeah. Once you get to Melbourne, would I want? Short answer: would I want to back it in any Melbourne? No.
Nah, me either.
No, I think we've got our money out of that, and we'll move on. We might do a bit of homework for some futures and talk about that for Cup and Caulfield Cup next week. Eh?
Yeah, perfect.
Maybe Tuesday night. The 1,000 Guineas Group 1, the second of the Group 1's down in Melbourne. Hungry Heart's been sent down there, and his current favourite out of the hot race we talked about, and obviously clashing with Instant Celebrity and a few others here. What do you reckon?
I'm going Instant Celebrity.
Yeah.
Winning form's good form to me against a horse that's running second. And I know it's only been getting nutted, but I thought Instant Celebrity was exceptional last start.
Outstanding.
I wasn't quite sure. And its sectionals were fantastic and proved that it's a very good horse, and I think it'll be winning this.
Now, I'm going to bag Hungry Heart too. The form's okay, and obviously we talked about Montefillia. It just, to my eye, looks like a horse that doesn't carry a lot of condition. I'm concerned about a week back up. They say a trip to Melbourne is equivalent to a run.
Yeah.
And they're going to run here. If that's the A-grade form, then obviously it should win.
Yeah.
The times and sections all add up that it's as good as anything here, if not better. I'm just worried about. That's a lot for a 3-year-old filly. It looks slightly framed to me. I obviously haven't seen the yard. I haven't been out on track this spring. But I have concerns. I actually want to take it on.
Yeah, me too.
And I agree, Instant Celebrity is the starting point. And I want to say, why is Night Raid $17? Started favourite in the led up. It didn't lead the race before, unfamiliar position, and still
$23.
Still battled on well.
Yeah.
That's a stupid price.
I was surprised last start when I did tip it and Instant Celebrity beat it, that it led. I just don't think it's a leader.
That's what I'm saying. So if you forgive that, why is it $23?
I don't understand.
Started $3.70 against Instant Celebrity.
Yeah.
And now you're getting 23s. Like, that's an easy bet. Easy bet to have.
Yep.
And I will be having it.
Yeah,
I might even have it tonight. But beyond that, there's not much else in this race. We've talked about Aidensfield a little bit. Can run well.
Yeah, it'll run well.
hey, look, we might look dumb because Hungry Heart might come out and win by 3 lengths, but I'm thinking In Celebrity is a serious horse.
Thermosphere was good last start as well.
Yeah.
But, I think you're right. Instant Celebrity and, you can't go past Night Raid at that price.
Yeah, that's madness to me.
Yeah.
And I might even take it tonight.
Given its win 2 starts back was
dominant.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then last started fave in the race of Instant Celebrity 1, but was just ridden upside down. I don't think they'll try and lead on it from gate 12.
No.
So I think they'll try and get the set.
I don't think it's out of play. I think it finds a spot comfortably enough. Let me just have a look what I've done here.
Yeah, it'd be good. Good to see.
It probably sits where this mouse got it leading, but I don't think it leads. I think Vangelic leads easily, which it did last time. And I think it can either sit just behind it. There'll be enough pace from Vangelic. It flew last start, Vangelic.
Yep.
And it'll get across and get a comfy spot. And Hungry Heart, the draw's favourable because Hugh Bowman's great with fillies, just getting him go to sleep. That's the tick there. And the gate suits. But that said, we talked about last week in a 14-horse mile field. Do you want to be buried away on the inside as well?
Probably not.
I think in this one, running on your Instant Celebrity and those sort of horses running on are the better chances here. I think Instant Celebrity starts favourite, but I know a lot of times guys think that that fillies race last week was sensational, so I think they will back Hungry Heart. But I've taken it on every start and I've been right every start, so
yep,
I'll keep doing that.
Good.
The Caulfield Guineas over the mile, tremendously interesting race.
Yeah.
Where I will be going with some Sydney form. Do you go first or should I?
You go, mate, if you're so confident.
Yeah, Ole Kirk will win. The times it ran in that behind Rothfire were none of the horses in this race can do it.
Yeah.
It is a good horse, just needs even luck. Slight concern about William Pike in a blending sort of run. But I think it runs first, King's Legacy runs second, and there will be a gap to the rest.
Mo'unga.
Keep it simple.
Mo'unga, I think.
Yeah, I can see why you like it. I just don't like that Global Quest form and the...
No. I just think it might have a bit of untapped ability.
Yeah. Sydney form again.
Yeah.
And Mamaragan, $34 comes through, obviously, the Ole Kirk race, but $8 a place, that's a nice bet. So you're going to go Mo'unga?
Yeah. No, I think it's a chance, but I think you're right with Ole Kirk. If you look at the form and the times, it's certainly looks to be racing in fine fettle and looks hard to beat in this.
Yeah. Obviously, King's Legacy had its number out to the mile in the spring. Would have been in the autumn, and beat Glenfiddich. So the obvious danger. I've got a feeling Ole's now ascended to a real good horse.
Yeah.
They're the 2-3-year-olds when we talk about Cox Plates. I don't know if they're still in the noms that I would potentially look at. And 3-year-olds, they don't win a lot, but they inevitably run really well when it Cox Plate. Cool. And the Turak, the mile Group 1, the last of the day.
Second last of the day.
Last Group 1 of the day, sorry. Wide open field. You got an opinion?
Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it? Some really good horses going around here. Buffalo River is second up. I am going to tip Buffalo River.
Yep.
I tipped it first up. I think he's a pretty good horse and should only strip fitter. Main danger, I Am Superman, who's going really well at the moment. Hard to go past the last 2 wins. Drawn to get another lovely run. $9 is quite.
It's a good price.
Quite a good price. Buffalo River, but I Am Superman is big danger.
I think they lead and sit outside lead here potentially. Saucony will lead. Yeah, Saucony, Buffalo River, and Superman will go forward. Juniper was sensational last time.
Was good. After
I jumped off, I'm going to go with it. I'll go Juniper here down. No one's really down to weights. The bottom weight's 53. Juniper, no spoil here, tipping the market, but Juniper is outstanding. I think now it's been gelded this prep. It's flying. Buffalo River was weird first up. It sort of got in the wrong leg. I think got lost because the rail was off. It went out in the middle of the track and got lost, floating around the middle of the track a bit.
Yeah.
Obviously, you will know through windstorm earlier. I think that's the other danger, and anything above that, I'm actually quite keen to skinny this race down a little bit. the other one is Superstorm, who last time it was on a quick backup from the mile. It ran second in the All-Star Mile in the autumn. So I think they're the three dangers for me. And, yeah, respect to Superman as well, just because it's now, I think they've got it right. The Snowdens in there look like they've got their stable back in a bit of order. They were a bit off for a while there. And the Herbert Powell 2,400 metre, Melbourne Cup lead up, Caulfield Cup lead up here. We see all our favourites go around once more. And you may as well finish by tipping your favourite horse here.
Yeah, Order of the Garter. Best bet of the day.
Okay.
So I'm going to back about 4 or 5 winners earlier and then just
put all into that?
Bring it here.
Okay.
Good win last start. I know it had the gun run, but it'll get that again here. It's drawn gate 4. It's going to sit just off the pace, and it's going to be Good Night Irene. The further they go, the further it'll win by.
You know what I'm going to say to Stephen and tell everyone?
Yeah, what?
Okay. In Good Health, went across, led that hot pace, sat wide across up the bend. It was absolutely outstanding to hold it and run fourth here. I would have rather backed it at 20s last week. Less excited about 750. Clearly will run a place in this race. I will back it for a good result. Obviously, Orderofthegarter probably has now hit form and fitness, and will it's still a 30. So obviously,
this is a cup. This is a live cup chance.
Caulfield Cup, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. But I'm saying I'm actually going to make an argument. In Good Health it's drawn the car park every start. Now gets gate 2, easy lead here, and it's I can't see anyone but Orderofthegarter running past it, to be honest with you. So, but they're the obvious two. We'll get the Nella there. Love a bit of Nella. My turn for the quaddie, I believe. Let's do this down at Caulfield as we wrap out our thoughts on one of the biggest days of racing down in Melbourne. Look, I will throw Hungry Heart in. 1, 3, 5 and 8. I'll throw Evangelic in too, just if it's just for any leaders bias here. Into 2, 3, 4 and 9. 13, 15 and 5 in Toorak. This is a skinny, so I've gone for a quaddie in a long time. And let's come home with 3 and 7. So that was 4, 4, 3 and 2. Gives us 16, 52, about 102 combos. So $50, get you 50% of that. And you know, if I'm playing skinny in a quaddie, you know I must have a bit of confidence. Any thoughts up north? You done any Queensland stuff? Or you?
Best bets?
Oh, yeah, we'll do that too. I'll go first. Best of the day will be, I'm going to Ole Kirk. Let's do a Group 1. Let's go to the Group 1 best in both states. Ole Kirk, best value in Good Health, and but super keen third and fourth race with the ones we talked about as well.
Yeah, I reckon 6 winners is no problem here.
Yeah.
If it goes according to plan.
Last time we did that,
really does.
I had to sell some shoes to get home after Masked Crusader and Hot on her got rolled. But yes, I think this is. I'm pretty keen.
I'm pretty keen on some horses here. But yeah, my best of the day is Order of the Garter, and hard to find a value bet of the day, so I've gone Liar at $5.
Yeah. Excellent. Exciting stuff. As I said, anything up north you've been too wrapped up with?
I did have a couple of our old favourites up there, Daggy.
Oh, okay.
Your old favourites up there. Race 4, number 7, Leadership Spill.
Oh, there he is again.
Yeah, 550.
Yeah.
It's going good. Tough race, but worth a crack. And if I don't get those 6 winners in Melbourne, race 9, number 11, Doomben, there'll be a bit of fisticuffs.
All right. Cool. I know you can throw them. All right, and I'll have a quick look at Montefillia. The 2 for me were race 3, Somerset Morn. I talked about it on Tuesday night. It's gone back over to Montefillia, should win out again. And Ain't No Deal Done, who was super impressive midweek, is now going over there to win the Hillsmith Stakes. I think about even money for both, and that's probably a decent bet for both of them.
Happy days.
Very good. We should have a lot more money this time next week. Good luck, punters. And you going to finish on?
No, that's it.
Good. Check out Progress Racing. And give us a follow on Spotify, Facebook, Twitter. We did go longer than the video because it just ran out. So we managed to talk for a while. Thanks if you're still listening. Good luck this week, guys. And we will see you next week.
Ciao for now.